name something that black people, especially older black people, are not ready to hear.
A lot of black people, especially older generations of black people, are actually more socially conservative in the same way that parallels the right-wing, conservative, Republican, white counterparts that you claim to not like. A lot of you are what I call conditional liberals, meaning that you're only liberal or left-leaning when it pertains to issues that socially, relate to you. But when we start talking about other social issues that pertain to anyone else or any other group that you apply to, i.e. LGBTQ women, then you guys are thinking in the same way or uttering the same rhetoric as your so-called bigoted, white, right-wing conservative counterparts. And I also see this attitude particularly pertaining to the woke, pro-black Hotep crowd in our community. And you only seem to have left-leaning or liberal ideologies and rhetoric as it pertains to fighting for the rights of mainly black straight cis men. But when we start talking about the problems black women face at the hands of black men, i.e. colorism, domestic violence, etc., it's shut up, that's that feminist agenda. When black LGBTQs are speaking out on their experiences within and outside of the community, you silence them too. Now, don't get me wrong, there is some criticism that needs to be given to both of these groups, but sometimes we can't even have a conversation when it looks like holding what we call the white people of black people accountable. And not only does this conservatism mimic the white counterparts that we claim to not like, some of us justify this behavior under the title righteous indignation as well as self-preservation. And yes, we have the right to be upset, and yes, we need some self-preservation. But all in all, this conservative way of thinking actually does nothing but hurt our own people and come at our own expense. Also, I would like to talk about the hypocrisy. A lot of times, especially the year that 45 was in office, I would see a lot of black people, especially on the woke sector of the internet, particularly call black people who identified overtly as conservative or right-wing or even Republican, COONs, Uncle Toms, etc. But with the way I'm starting to see these same black people act now, I'm starting to think that if you guys weren't white, you would definitely be voting Republican. Some of you guys called out Chrisette Michele for just performing at the inauguration. Now I'm starting to see that same crowd, especially the men, sound like low-key Trump supporters.